Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Hold on, I got to get the cat out of here.
What? You got
Yeah, neat wig.
wow.
Come on.
It's like what was the Steve Martin movie where the man with two brains? Whenever he was performing brain surgery, there would always be a cat in the operating room for some reason, and he would be like, demanding the different scalpel, stern stipes, right, wrist, get that cat out of here. And then you'd hear the cat scream.
Well, was that Lily Tomlin?
No, Steve Martin was master of the cranial screw top surgery. He mastered how to do brain surgery by turning your skull into a corkscrew that he could unscrew like a lid.
Makes sense. That's one I didn't see.
Oh, that's a classic. Early recommendation.
There it is.
Oh, damn.
I got a
I'm
do
still
not
working on
recommend
mine.
tonight. How are you guys?
I'm all right. I feel like a weird, like I'm in a hangover state, but I just think it's the COVID leaving my body funk or something. I don't feel. I feel kind of fucking. It's weird. It's like I'm on a body high without having been smoking weed. Well, that's not true, but
The one characteristic he was testing for.
Yeah.
I can't test for that.
yeah.
So how long? What have you had? It's been a week, right? When was the last time?
I think I'm better, but it's just I don't know. I feel like I'm hungover and I'm not.
Uh-huh.
Are you retesting?
Oh yeah, I've been testing. Does the line fade, or is that my imagination? It get like if it's the less sick you are, the lighter.
Strip, are you?
No, but the lighter the line, isn't that the less sick you are, or is it just the line?
It's not an intensity meter.
All right. So yeah, I tested.
And you can only use the test once. You have to get a new one each time.
I know.
Okay.
I was
All right.
explaining it to other people. Like I'm an expert on
Oh,
this.
really?
Yeah. I've done a bunch of them.
Boy, if we can roll video on
3
that.
drops. That's
What is the procedure?
Take the cotton swab out, jam it up your nose,
Get it pretty far in there.
Yeah, all the way up in there. It's much easier. When I went,
No, it's not like before when I got one done at the school.
Do it to yourself.
You said you really got to get up there. No, you just have to get it in and then swirl it around like 5 times. It's very specific.
Oh yeah.
For real dumbtards to be able to do this test.
Right. And that's why I've gotten all positive scores lately, because I did it right. But yeah, it's just like Ggreg.
You finally passed the test, Andy?
Swirl. And
turns out Andy's good.
Directions.
It turns out Andy's good at jamming things up his nose.
Right.
The one thing.
Yeah. So why don't we use cotton swabs for the blow?
But you want to dip it in
Very
inefficient.
Very inefficient trade there.
It's all going to stick on the cotton swab.
Yeah.
But
But you're going to have to lick the.
There should be
That's how you get the
something
numbing.
that specific though, that it's just I'm sure there is, but you just
Stick a Coke spoon.
Okay. All right, I've been to Florida.
Once you've gotten the cocaine to right here, the journey for everything else is over. You don't need anything to take it any farther in.
Well,
deliver it from the packet to the nostril. That's it.
The answer to your question is why don't we use a Q-tip for Coke is because we use a straw and it's much more efficient.
Yeah.
Wait, you mean there's someone already invented the wheel?
Is anybody else's nose watering? Yeah, that's drug trade. Hearing about, I've seen, you see those shows where they have it on there, and I always kind of want to bump, even if it's like a real tragic story. Even on Intervention, I'm like, fucking, I'll do one with you, buddy. Quit crying, man. Quit crying. Let's have some fun. God damn, sugared soda will bring me back around though.
You drinking soda again?
Mm-hmm. One a day if I can avoid it, you know.
How many a day?
I do one. This is my first one today. It's actually my second because the first one, I guess I dropped it, or somebody did. I didn't think I did, but the 6-pack of fuck plastic, man. Anyway, I got plastic bottles, and the first one blasted all over the counter and everything. And
What,
I was
unscrewing
just
the
about,
top?
yeah.
This
And then
is
I
what I'm
did
saying.
it slow enough, but it had to foam. It had, it had fallen or something. And then I almost opened another one in here on the rug just for a second. And then I went and did what I learned on Better Call Saul, spun it counterclockwise. I think it was bullshit. Yeah, there was some trick that Howard Hamlin showed that he learned from Lenny from Lenny and Squiggy, and when he was working at that you spin a soda that's shaken up counterclockwise, and it's supposed to take away that, but it did not.
Based on what principle?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, in the Northern Hemisphere,
the TikTok principle.
The TikTok?
Yeah, it might have just been, I haven't seen it confirmed on a legitimate source like TikTok. Nothing, but it didn't work. And I'm just sick of the whole soda fucking thing.
Is that your beef, Jay?
Well, I don't like that. I don't like any. It's like drinking milk. It's like I'm disgusted by every aspect of it.
So don't do it at all.
Yeah, I'm trying, man.
Okay.
And I'm trying to get rid of milk and soda in this year, and cancer again. No, I don't have it, but I don't want to. I'd get rid of that too.
Just have a nice glass of red wine every night.
Yeah.
And just watch a movie. Perfect.
Netflix and
Andy, I'm not seeing anything on your
Netflix and swill.
Yeah, well, it's on.
It's a nice box, a nice Pinot Noir box.
Mm-hmm.
Last you all week.
Oh yeah, I could
Sip
do
on
that
it.
pretty discreetly.
Yeah, you just sip on it.
Oh man, sugar gets rid. That's what I was just hung over.
Well, there's sugar in wine, so you're not going to avoid that if you go.
I haven't had caffeine or sugar for a bit, and it's just like nice.
Maybe just a nice whiskey rocks.
Yeah,
sip on that. Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, but do you like whiskey?
But you remember,
whiskey,
you have to learn to like it, Chaille. You don't
nobody
likes whiskey.
Hey, relax. I'm on your
Whiskey
side
tea.
here.
I'm having whiskey and some pomegranate mojito tea right here tonight. That's
You just found your guru, Andrist.
it's a tasty beverage. I just made it up.
Well, yeah, I'll mix my milk and Dr. Pepper and get the fuck out of here. It's just, both of them are just fucking nothing but trouble. What's Dr. Pepper ever done for anybody? It's fucking rotted their teeth, gave them diabetes, made their kids fat. It's refreshing. But at what cost?
Well, are we talking about moderation, really? Is like a soda once in a while?
Right, but it doesn't.
5 sodas at a
It's
day?
never.
Is it-
It's never a better beverage than just water for you.
Andy's not an obese person. I think 1 soda a day is reasonable.
I
for
agree.
Andy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Dr. Pepper is the best of the sodas.
I'm playing
of the brown sodas. We can agree on that, right?
What's that?
Dr. Pepper is the best of the dark colored sodas.
Caffeinated, yes, but dark root beer beats Dr. Pepper.
Oh yeah. Root beer. I see. I wasn't considered. All right, the best of the cola flavors.
Or caffeinated, because true root beer is not caffeinated.
Really?
Barks is, but it's not like a mug root beer or A&W.
How about your art? Is anybody enjoyed the RC colas? They're hard. I can never find them. But
my grandpa's refrigerator always
really. Yeah, he's one of. Yeah, he knows where to get them, and he's the only one. It's like those Polaroid film things. They just disappeared. RC cola disappeared, but some people still have it.
Well, no. What happened was the Polaroid company went out of business, and there's no one that makes that film, because the process, there's a great documentary on how they make that film, the Instamatic film, the one that pops out. It's fucking amazing. And there was one company, I believe it's in the Netherlands somewhere, where they're the ones that are producing that film now. I'll look for the link. But,
really? So there's a new company coming out.
There's a company that decided they didn't want that process to go away. That technology it's really amazing, because everything is down in the lower part of the little pouch there. And when it goes through the rollers, it squeezes it all up to develop that film. It's really quite amazing. And you don't think about it, because it was just one of these things that you grab it, you take a picture, and you shake it like, which does nothing. But watching what goes into how they actually make that film is fucking amazing. And why a pack of film doesn't cost $70? I have no idea. Like how they can keep it down. I think
all those pictures my grandma took of her pets with those.
Yeah.
She'd snap. I was like,
Well,
that
was it. It was like, it was the first camera that you took candids of yourself with, or your family, right? Like every camera before that, it was like almost always like pose for the picture, or the photographer was like a photographer,
Someone could die before you got the
instant Polaroid was snap, just point it and shoot and take the picture comes out. Who cares? And you get like you'd get
you wanted to show the person how ridiculous they looked right there. Look what I got you doing, dipshit.
Asshole. Yeah, you pass out at some party and you wake up with a Polaroid picture of yourself sitting on your chest.
You wanted to remind yourself
with everybody's balls on your face.
Probably what probably made taking dick pictures easier for that generation.
Well, it was safer than it had the safety that Dalia didn't get from Snapchat. You know what I mean? Like it didn't go any farther than that.
People back then knew better than to take pictures of their own dick.
Yeah, I wonder how that got going. And
that's younger folks.
But Chad, that was the first sex pics too, because you didn't have to take them in to get developed.
Yes.
So
back
it
was easier to talk the chick into it.
Yeah. Or you could just do it while she was passed out, right?
Just find a guy who used to work at the Polaroid or at the photo mat back in the 70s. You ask him if any fucking naked pictures ever came through. You get a different answers.
Well, of course. But I mean, once you didn't have to send it through another guy.
Absolutely.
Then it was
probably used them in like pornos for like casting. They probably have like 20 Polaroids of dicks with names under it.
So, sure.
If it's, it seems like, but sometimes when you watch those older porns, it really wasn't about the face of the gentleman.
We're looking at you, Ron Jeremy.
Yeah, they did not cater to the ladies back then.
I can't even watch a porn if the guy's face is in it. So I can watch a guy in a porn, but he has to be cut off at like the neck. I don't want to.
I can't wait to tell.
I don't want to connect with that guy at all.
You don't want to know eye color from the men in the film.
If the guy makes too much noise, you gotta like find another one. Yeah, anything that has too much dude in it, you're like, no.
Right.
Yeah.
Todd Walker used to argue with me about he can't even watch a guy in a porn. It's got to be two girls, and if one of the girls is getting fucked, it's got to be a girl with a strap on. Because
that's very specific.
Well, I mean, he just can't see it. He can't look at another guy's dick, and I'm like, you're just 24 years old and scared you might be gay. It's fine. You can look at another guy's dick. It's not gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
So real quick, I am on the Polaroid site. I can't find that documentary or that company that made it. But Polaroid is selling film again. I was under the impression from that documentary that this company was the only one that was doing it. Hey, good news, guys. You can start whipping out your dick again for these Instamatic throwback.
I think
sounds like a merch idea for naturejack.com. People could take their Polaroids out into the woods and take a picture of themselves while they're
70 beats
with nature. Yeah.
I think that's coming back to the B, but I think I got a Polaroid camera.
I know I have one because
Yeah.
I just took it to the storage unit because I was going to get rid of it. Because every time I look at it, I'm like, that fucking film's so expensive. I should get rid of that thing. Now I'm looking here. You can get a Polaroid pack, $18.
There you go. Next party.
$20. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you can also just buy the little cameras that make the instant pictures that look like
Yeah.
Polaroid pictures that are
Well,
way
I-
cheaper.
Well, I already bought one on eBay.
I know that's
bought
phony.
an old one. I bought an old one on eBay, and I don't even know if it works.
And also just do like a Shutterfly type thing and print the ones that are actually on your fucking phone that just sit
Oh,
there
man,
and do nothing too.
I know. I've never I lose hundreds and hundreds of pictures at a time. They don't fucking doesn't matter.
I just
We're
paid
all-
to upgrade my storage to keep storing pictures that I'll never
You'll
fucking.
never
I don't know what the
see.
fuck they're for. Like I need to just delete all
Yeah,
of these.
you spend your early years taking all these pictures and then later years eliminating all the ones where you really look ugly in.
For the slideshow at your funeral. That's what you're really saving
Right.
them for.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
just going to put together a disc of 10. I think I can come up with 10 pictures.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's an idea for they had the Swedish death cleaning a couple years ago, and Marie Kondo or whatever with if it doesn't bring you joy, get rid of it. How to get rid of the clutter. How about putting together your slideshow for your own funeral,
Mhm.
your own
Yeah.
wake?
Yeah, for a long time.
There'd at least be the pictures you wanted.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, I mean, you think about all those pictures, celebrity comics or just people in general take pictures where they're out getting drunk and shit. And if you get killed, die, fall off of something, those pictures will spring up and then that's you.
So, yeah, it's the one that
That's what
the
people
one
are
that
going to
were
go,
like this, we're
wow.
like,
Boozy McFuck face. Wow. Everybody says he's a nice guy, but look at that fucking drunk asshole.
Boozy McFuck face.
Ooh. Do you have a fucked up leg or something? What's wrong with him?
Nope. Too
Just
much
had a good
games.
time.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a couple of pictures of me that I
look good
keep.
having a good time.
Yeah. Oh, there's a
Some people
couple of
do.
I got a couple good ones of Chaille too. There's a couple of me that I keep close that I always look at just to remember.
To cut down your drinking.
That I went there,
Yeah.
dude, keep it together.
Yeah, those pictures
Hold it
from
down.
Amsterdam.
Ooh, there's a couple from Amsterdam. I got a picture of Chaille in the parking lot of the Tucson Best Western after the Neil Hamburger show, where it's really just more of like a weird anomaly, but I'm across the parking lot and Chaille is like doing this face. And
I remember that.
it's it looks like a Jacob's ladder sort of thing where it's like he might be some sort of demon. It's fucked up.
I think I'm
I'll have to
coming
find
out of the
picture.
room
We'll
or
put it up
something,
at
and
the
I'm
end.
like screaming. Yeah, this is the audio soundtrack to that is what you would get kicked out of a hotel room with.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got really wasted that night. Neil Hamburger, what a fucking hilarious.
That was at the Congress, wasn't it? The Congress Theater.
Maybe I don't remember the name
Yeah,
of the
it
theater.
was.
I remember that it was, you get to the point of stand-up comedy, like we were talking about Otto and George. It's like Neil Hamburger's the same sort of thing. It's like once you've seen as much stand-up comedy as you can stand to see, then you can watch Neil Hamburger and be like, yes, that's what I'm fucking
I
talking.
think wasn't Tracy with you, and then I was waiting for you guys to get there,
think-
or something
Yeah,
happened.
we were there first for a long time, Mitchell and I, and then we met you there for sure. So I don't
Yeah.
remember the particulars. We all got pretty drunk,
Oh, yeah,
as
for sure.
was the plan.
So this was just before I met all of you guys, but I was at that show. And,
wow.
it
Hamburger
was
show?
it was at Club Congress.
Mhm. Wow.
That's
And
crazy.
I did not understand what was going on with
Oh
Neil
my
Hamburger at all until I started seeing the people around me reacting, and then I started finding it hilarious because now I was just watching everybody around me going, oh,
Were you
I
like
get it.
somebody get this guy a lozenge?
Yeah, it's perfect. No notes, as the cliched retort goes. It's perfect. He's fucking great.
But to be in the audience and to like watch people that have no idea what's going on would be,
Well,
you could
that
almost
is
set a
it.
chair up to watch this crowd.
It's one of those things where it becomes a, like, the only people who go now to see Neil Hamburger really know who Neil Hamburger is.
Yeah.
And that's almost a shame.
Yeah.
Like, it should be like you should book Neil Hamburger to middle at the Toledo Funny Bone.
Yeah.
And not tell anybody and just let him do it. Right. And just inflict him upon the
how great would it be to just
the coupon crowd that showed up on Wednesday and just be like,
Well,
yeah, this is a real comedian. Enjoy it.
have him hijack shows and do corporate parties.
Hilarious.
It's like, your regular headliner couldn't make it because of the weather, but we got somebody coming. He's gonna, throw you.
Right. Right. That would be funny. That'd be funny if you died and hired Neil Hamburger to give your eulogy for you. That would be funny.
Why did
there were definitely people in the audience.
Carrot Top. Why did renowned comedy legend Carrot Top?
The drinks.
Why did renowned? He start over.
Yeah. Yeah, I like his and the like Courtney Love jokes.
It's like it's the character that Brendan Walsh has to just be amazed that he didn't think of first.
Oh yeah.
That moment of like, oh, I can't believe I didn't was right there the whole time.
Well, there were people in the audience who were angry, so they definitely did not
They
get
didn't
it
know?
or know. Yeah, so it was fun to watch.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
God, he's
Erickson, January 10th, he'll be in Austin at
Really?
at a place called Parish. I've never heard of it.
I'll go to that. I'll go to it for sure. What night of the week is that?
It's January
Anybody know?
10th is on a Tuesday, and it looks like
Ooh,
he's
that's a
opening-
work night, Chaille.
Shit, sorry.
Working for a living, taking what they're giving.
That's all right.
Working
You know
for a
what?
living.
Neil's the kind of guy that he starts his shows on time because he's a professional, and
Yeah.
he gets out of there. He doesn't go over. He's not trying to fucking ask the crowd questions afterward or fucking run the light. He'll be tight. So
Yeah,
I can probably make it.
Well, it sounds like they're closing down the factories around the other ones, so you might get some time off pretty soon.
They're what? What are they doing?
Well, then they shut down their factory overseas there.
Tesla?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't think
And
so.
he read a blurb and he's trying to sound current.
Man,
I don't know what.
I was holding on to fucking reality and everything, but it's just I see it slipping away.
What are you talking about, though?
Just
Did Tesla
fucking, just all the way that
what story
information
you-
is disseminated anymore. I mean, I knew what was everything was like. I could tell you that's bullshit. That's true. That's
No,
bullshit.
but what
Now
did
it's
you
like,
hear?
Tesla shut down. Where are they? Shanghai or some other? I don't know where their other
Well,
factory.
if they
they
shut
can't
down
s-
Shanghai, it was definitely temporary because that's their number one producing car factory.
They're having
Yeah.
trouble selling the cars to the Chinese, though. That's the problem.
Oh, I don't think. Yeah, but that's not a problem though, Chaille, because they still can't make enough cars to even sell them to the people who have already paid for them
Yeah, I don't know about
all
that.
over
I'm
the
just
world.
saying.
So
follow-
we haven't caught up to the amount of cars we need to make for the orders we have.
Yeah,
So, but Shanghai is by far they produce the most.
yeah.
I don't know how they do it,
Kids.
but they produce. I don't know how they do it.
You
But
saw their
they
Olympics.
You saw it.
They get together, man.
Chaille, can you get a picture of the Beijing opening ceremonies in '96? The picture, a shot of 10 million drummers.
That was for the South Park Cartman's like,
Yeah,
terrified by that.
that's what I was thinking of too.
Oh, is that the drum circle episode when he
No, I think
That was a
I
different-
think that's where they robbed PF Chang's or held
Yeah.
up PF Chang's, maybe.
Yeah, him and
Butters was shooting people in the dick, and that's
Yeah.
when Cartman drew the line. You know, shoot you in the dick, Butters. I'm gonna go out. Well, next time I'm in Denver, hopefully I'll be able to go to La Casa Bonita. Is opening here pretty soon, and that's, if you don't know, that's that Mexican restaurant they featured in South Park, but it has it's like my daughter went there and said the food was like horrendous. So South Park guys bought it and redid the whole thing, but you
They
can go
got like
watch.
like a water diving show.
Yeah,
or
you can
something.
watch a guy high dive
Yeah.
in a restaurant, and then there's just some tacky other shit. But I'm sure they'll make it uniquely fun with the South Park touch.
They bought it just
Oh,
because they thought it'd be funny to own that place or something.
I
it
think
was
they-
going out of business.
I think they just wanted to
It was going
hold on
under,
to
so
it.
they saved it. Yeah.
And,
Hey, just so you guys know, if you guys are holding a lot of Tesla stock like I am, no need to worry long term. The Shanghai plant is they've had a COVID surge there, so they're dialing it back a little bit. They're shutting things down in Shanghai,
Prudent.
but plant's fine. It's not going anywhere.
cheers out there, Shanghai. Shanghai.
I don't think you're supposed to say it like that, Andy.
Shanghai.
Shanghai.
That's it.
But they'll be all right.
All right. Yeah, I just worry about them.
No, when you said that, I worried. We're making as many cars as we can. If we have to start making as many cars as they do because they closed,
You should
I thought you were making
Podcast.
trucks. Aren't you making trucks there?
not yet.
Oh, all right. Well, you said we're
That's the
making.
goal.
He's trying to
that's
get all the cars
That's
made.
the idea,
It's like being one of Santa's elves and having no fucking Christmas.
dude. It's those elves work all year long.
Yeah, for what?
Candy canes.
They're stuck. They
wanna
gotta
be
live there. They're like the fucking Yellowstone crew, the ranchers there. They
I
gotta
knew
have
we'd
all-
get there.
You should hear the elves bitching about their North Pole stock.
Yeah. Well, Santa just bought fucking Truth Social, so
Well, if you want, and I told you, my daughter got me a flight out to Austin, Texas for Christmas, and we're gonna go hang out near the
As a gift,
Ericksons.
right?
Yeah, we're
You
going.
didn't
Me
go
and
to Austin
Delaney.
for Christmas.
Yeah, so both of us are going out there. So, but I mean, I'd be glad to troubleshoot the factory.
what?
See what's going
Yeah.
on there.
All
See,
right, dude. You want to pop out? Well, look, dude. They don't do like tours of the floor, but I could. If you're gonna be here for a couple of days, I could just get you a job. You could just come in. You can pull a couple.
Yeah, and then
12.
just
Man.
work for a little bit.
Yeah,
Find
you
out
got a
where you
couple
can
12s.
sneak around and
Yeah.
look at porno mags and
You
What
could
kind of
fill-
shoe-
right, dude, you could fulfill a couple ROs,
What
bring a couple of center displays or maybe some cross car beams to the line, see how that forklift feels, it might be something for you, dude. I'm just
Yeah.
saying,
Well,
I mean,
what kind of shoes should I wear?
steel toe, baby.
Steel toe,
fuck
for
yeah,
sure.
steel toe.
Man,
But here's the thing, steel toe game has stepped up since I started a long time ago. Now you can get tennis shoes. They look like running shoes. Tennis shoes that are steel toed. It's incredible. I don't
last
have
time I
them.
had
They're
steel
cheap.
toed boots, and then I had them, and then I passed them on to Larry. That's how long it's been since
you
the work boots.
upcycled them.
I upcycled
but-
to Larry, who
Yeah.
was using them for work boots at the
I was
time.
gonna say Larry actually used them.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he was a logger for a minute.
Like a log, like climbing trees and cutting them down.
Setting chokers, and
Yeah.
he was a wiry little fuck. I mean, I think he was
Probably everybody in that area eventually, like especially if you have a family with 5 boys, a couple of them are gonna
Took
be
a swing at it.
yeah. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what it is.
It's basically like entering the military. It's like you never leave your community, but you just go into service there. stuck
Yeah.
in the wood fumes
Live in
or
the
whatever.
woods.
And that's, that service matters more than military shit. Actually,
Well, at
building
least you're
plywood.
helping the community with
Would you
wood.
would you rather build plywood or kick it in another country? They're both gonna last.
You could kick in the plywood door that your brother cut down back in America or Georgia Pacific.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can do a lot of that military shit right here at home. You just want to get involved. Oh man, sweet Dr. Pepper.
So yeah, so Andy's coming to Austin for a weekend with his daughter. So we're gonna have a lot of fun.
And yeah, it's just
Excited
it was a
about
cool gift because it's like, she wants to hang,
It's well, absolutely. Well, here's what happened. She saw how much fun we were when we came to the wedding. She's like, "Oh, I gotta get a piece of this."
yeah,
These 55-year-old men are a great time.
right. That's probably
Great hang. Great
Yeah,
hang.
they're fun.
Yeah.
They're fun.
So you're saying it's not that she wants to hang out with me. She knows that I would like to hang out with her, and she can be the sensible driver type.
Yeah, no, I think that she wants you to hang out with me, but she wants to make sure that there's a chaperone there. That's how I feel. It's really going
Something
down.
like that.
But also, everyone loves Carrie Mitchell, and she likes Carrie Mitchell, and now she's gonna come hang out. Yeah, it'll be good, man. I'm excited about it. We'll go to we'll find something to do.
And on the other side of things, don't take this as a slight, but my wife goes, "Did I meet Brett at the wedding?" Like our table. Anyway, yeah, he was right next to us.
Yeah, it's right across the table, but that's fine. Look, I like to lay back in the weeds. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah.
I'm like an offensive lineman.
You're like me. You're
blind.
blind.
I had a good game if you'd never hear my name.
Yeah.
Well,
I played.
We both are in the blind
No
spot.
penalties. No penalties.
If you're to the right, you're in the blind spot. Speaking of football, protecting the blind spot or standing in it. That's what I do. I'm frightened by being in the wrong spot.
Yeah, it was. Well, I mean, it was also something. It was also something that was, like we're at Delaney and Brad's wedding, and the front table in front of the head table, there is a spot for Carrie Mitchell and Brett Erickson to sit next to Andy and Leandra. But also, like, there's like a whole. I don't even know Delaney and Brad. Carrie
It's
and
like
I
a
were
wedding
like,
crash.
Oh, we ate first. I've never eaten first at a
table
wedding
one.
that I wasn't in the wedding party.
Yeah.
We ate first table, and I know there had to be some people just sitting there like,
who's this motherfucker?
who are both of those fucking people? I've never seen either. I've been to everything these two have ever done. I've never seen either of these people.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I got you laminates.
That's what you get.
I got the VIP package for you.
I do. It was nice that Delaney was like, "Here, sit by Andy." I mean, that was very kind. Delaney's very sweet. But it was also like, we did not expect it. We expected to be like hanging out with
eating last.
bar back. Yeah, like we were fine with that. Like, we'll sit in the back with the bar back, and we'll fucking, I'll carry a 12-pack up if you need. I'm willing to do my part. No, front table. So, because of that, we were sort of self-conscious about it, and after dinner, we ditched that table immediately and went back to the bar and never went back to the front table again. So we didn't make a lot of connections with the people at the front table.
So now you guys left your seats empty, and the people that are bitching, they still don't have their food. They're like, now where'd they go?
Where are they? They're not even here.
They're not even here.
They're not even here.
Failed.
Meanwhile, we went to the other wedding that's on the upper deck. That's a
man.
louder, bigger party.
Yeah.
Left your jackets on your seat so no one could take them.
I mean, look, I mean no disrespect. The fucking wedding was beautiful, and it was I really enjoyed it. Like, it was a beautiful moment for everybody, and Andy was amazing. But it was a venue this amazing place out where we were in Golden.
Yeah.
So it was like this amazing place with like this incredible view of the mountains, trees, sunset. It was wild. But there's 2 levels to this place. So while Delaney and Brad were literally saying their vows, the other wedding that was on the upper deck and a little bit down ended. And they got to the part where all the bros in the wedding party were doing a chug, 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 chug.
Uh-huh.
So we could all hear the chant.
Wait, I haven't been to a lot of parties, but I don't remember the chug.
It was like a whole thing.
Yeah,
It might not have
yeah.
been chug, but it
No,
was
it was.
something.
It was chug.
It was. It
Yeah,
was like
I felt like it was retro. Like I haven't heard that in so long.
it was like the moment, like, the guy who, it was like a friend who was saying the words and he was like reading from the good book. And he was like, and we're brought together here today, the love of Delaney and Brad, the beautiful mountains and the trees and the birds are singing and chug, 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 chug,
Chug, chug. Kill it, you pussy. Send him aside football rules.
And my daughter didn't do any bridezilla shit at all.
No, everybody was chill. Look,
Yeah.
I was.
I
super-
didn't even think I should be like, like
There's nothing you can do about it.
yeah,
You can't make it
yeah. No, by
stop.
the time
Everybody just it ended in a couple seconds. Everyone just went with it. It was just fun.
Mhm.
But also, yeah, Delaney was great. Her husband was super nice and chill. Like, I think that they're both fantastic people. His family was very nice. Like, the whole thing was great, dude. You did all right.
Yeah, he seemed kind of pissed off the other night because he's a Dolphins fan. That's kind of,
No one can control that.
yeah.
Well, I don't
they
know.
did lose
I
four
watched that
straight.
game. I watched
Second-
that game. And
Yeah.
when I saw Tua Tagovailoa, or how I can't, it's a lot of syllables in that one. It looked like he threw the game to me. I'm not trying to.
Well, he
accuse
hit his.
anybody.
He's in concussion protocol again. He hit his head on the turf on a play that looked kind of innocuous.
In the
Bashed
first
his
half.
head, and he got and he threw 3 interceptions after that. After he hit his head on the turf hard for the second concussion that he's had in 2 months. He
Well,
had
the 3 interceptions that he threw directly to.
I know.
other
Well,
team.
remember the first concussion? He was doing that, staring at his hands, all twisted fingers. So I think
Yeah.
his head was fucking warped again.
Yeah, I didn't see the first half of the game, but I watched
Yeah,
I watched that part, and as an anti-Packers fan, it was painful to watch.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm sick of Aaron Rodgers, and I'm sick of him pulling out those fucking wins. He's a fucking dildo. He's gonna. I think they're out of the playoffs for almost, but it's like
No, they're not.
You know who I've been, fucking. I'm not. I don't know. I mean, I watched the preseason or the Hard Knocks with the Lions, and thought, man, yeah, I think this is the Lions' year. Typical Lions meltdown or whatever, but they're still in it too. There's a bunch of teams that are on the cusp of elimination.
The crust.
They're on the crust.
The football
On
coaches
the
are already
crust.
getting fired, and I like this time of year where they're like coaches that are like, it's all but over. And they pulled the plug on somebody today. The
Denver guy.
Broncos. Yeah.
Yeah. He came from Green Bay, actually.
Yeah.
Today was a big day in soccer. I don't know if you guys know this, but Boxing Day is traditionally today is
Yeah, a
the day
bunch
after
of games.
Christmas when we're recording this. Yeah, Boxing Day is a big traditional soccer day in England. So all the teams play on Boxing Day. It's very exciting. First day back after World Cup. So we had football all weekend, and then we had football today too.
And there's football on right now.
Oh, Monday, yeah.
Chargers, Colts. Colts got Matt Ryan. Have you seen how shitty he is? There's a few quarterbacks who are like, it's fucking done with. It's over for them, but they're played it out. Oh, do you see the fucking Jets quarterback Zach Wilson? He bought kick-ass scooters for his offensive line, and then now they benched him, and it looks like his career might be over. They're saying he's one of the biggest busts out. It's like, but he just bought kick-ass scooters like this Christmas. Like he's going to be wanting the receipt on those. Hey man, guys, I don't know if you heard what happened, but I'm going to need.
If you haven't unboxed it yet,
Yeah.
I
What if
saw
like
that.
two of them run their scooters into each other and have a terrible crash and both like blow their knees out? Like, oh god damn it, Zach, what are you doing?
Yeah, well, Zach won't be there. It's funny though. That was a grand gesture. That's the kind of gesture you make when you secure that bigger next contract. And I think he's like he'll be out.
He
of the
was
league
the guy.
for 2
wait, you
years.
think scooters is the prize when you get that next big thing?
Well, I
You don't
mean, you're
think maybe
buying your
cars for the fucking
you buying your
defensive
offensive
line, or-
linemen. You're buying those guys a gift. I mean, traditionally quarterbacks, or at least lately, they've been trying to upstage it or whatever. But that's not the move.
Yeah,
of
you
a
buy
guy.
him something. You
Yeah,
buy him
I
something.
get it.
Yeah, get him a bike or something. Everybody a mountain bike.
Get him a watch. Just get him
Yeah.
a watch. Everyone gets him a watch. They got watches from the last guy. They got to just get him another watch. Get him a scooter. Probably, I will bet you when he did buy them scooters, I will bet you that the general manager was like, "Are you a fucking idiot? You're gonna put a 360-pound, 6'8"
They look like
man
good.
on a Vespa scooter? He's your
No, they got
protecting your
big-
blind
they-
side, son. You fucking idiot.
If you saw them, you'd know they look like something that Shank would be comfortable riding around. They have bigger wheels and shit.
I thought they were
Those
like razor scooters. the
Doesn't
two
matter.
Things.
Mhm. But you should, shit.
They're kicking their fucking legs.
It's like,
Yeah.
I'm not buying everybody gifts till we do 200 podcasts.
We're almost there.
Yeah, 196 right here.
Mm-hmm.
I just jinxed it. I'll never make the 200. They said we
Which-
couldn't back then. The naysayers said we couldn't do. We couldn't even figure out his camera or sound. So how's
No
this-
one can do 200 podcasts, they said.
Not
Oh,
without
yeah?
lights.
Not without murder porn.
Have another martini.
What should we do for the 200th? Should we do something special?
Oh, I don't know.
Sounds
Quit.
like
When did-
another production meeting.
Yeah, shit. We gotta.
Chad, you don't say much, but when you do, it's a mouthful.
But we're taking off on the 28th. Chad, you're going out on the 29th, right? To do
Yeah.
New Year's.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing for New Year's?
Me and Mitchell, we're staying home.
The bar's not open, right?
Nope,
There's nothing going on there.
nope. We'll be open. Comedy Club will be open in a couple months.
Mhm.
No date set, but it's coming. It's coming.
So these.
So we're not.
I'm
doing
coming out March 24th. Do you think it'll be open by then?
It'll be open by then. You'll be able to. We'll hang out there for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Yep. I mean, I can't give you a set, but you don't want to do a comedy set there.
I don't. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not ready to.
We're not doing
jump on
comedy.
this
Not if your
road
daughter's gonna be here.
Then that's going to be an intense showroom for a while.
You're not gonna run Andy all over town to do like 3 sets a night all over
I could do that.
the creek
I
and
could
the
do that, but
cave, and then
For
That's
real,
not
I
the-
would. For real, I wouldn't do that to him.
yeah.
I also wouldn't, for sure, wouldn't do that to him with his daughter here.
Hmm.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
That's the problem that comedians have, is they think that comedy is like this important thing. Like this is one of my absolute favorite things among many about Doug Stanhope, is that he is the only comedian I know in the 7 years I spent hanging out and not getting passed at the Comedy Store. He's the only comedian I know who never wanted to go up when he was there. Every other comic was, they would say, hey, Bill Burr's here. You want to go up, Bill? Well, yeah, of course I want. No, Doug just came to hang out. He literally just wanted to hang out.
Never even
wanna
wanted
go
to go
up?
in the showroom. He just want to stay in the VIP room and then go smoke in the back.
Yes.
Yes.
Good. That's
If he didn't have to enter through the front and he could enter through the back where the cooks come in, he would have done that.
It used to bother people in the sense that they couldn't understand it. You know, door guys would come ask him, "Hey, Doug, you want to go up?" You know, like I can tell him, we can put you on the list. You know, surprise pop. There's always that spot for surprise pop in.
Yeah.
You know, Doug's like, no, I don't want to go up. Oh no, seriously, it's no problem. No, I don't. You know, like no one believes him at first.
Yeah.
He's like, no,
it's that humble thing.
Do not want to go up. I absolutely no. Fuck you. Don't go away.
I need smokes.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a laugh at my daughter's wedding in front of her, so I don't need to do anymore.
Dude,
that's it.
You crushed, and you should never try to do comedy in front of her or her husband again, because
they have that memory.
And I know we told this, but not only was Andy funny, Andy was so funny that Brad, son-in-law, was able to tag it on his speech.
Oh.
And it was also a beautiful moment. Brad's a very smart guy. He saw where Andy was going with this bit, and he took it to the next phase. And I was proud of them all. I was like, oh, this is going to actually work out.
And Mitchell had weed.
The real star.
I didn't have a chance to get to a store. So I was like, I gotta give a speech.
It's everywhere in Colorado, dude.
Everywhere, Chaille.
Oh, I know. It's yeah.
But Andy couldn't find the time. Everywhere.
There was nothing in Arvada.
Prepared with the speech. I can't believe you put the speech in front of getting weed. Like that would be the thing first.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't because I wanted to do all of it.
Yeah.
But I just didn't have a chance. I don't know why. Yeah, I think
it's a hectic
the weed
day.
store everywhere within walking distance.
Also,
Colorado,
don't forget
where I was.
Andy, don't forget that night, the night before, you spent the night out with Mitchell and I.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the night that our friend Frank left his
Frank
wife.
and Kara?
Left his wife at the street corner, which is like, I am not going across that street. And he's like,
yeah.
And then we hung out until like 3 or 4 in the morning. So then the next day was your daughter's wedding.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He made me decide between the two of them. I go, man. He goes, yeah, but if we're split up, which one?
None of this is true. Mitchell and I were like, hey guys, great night. We're going to go hit this bar right here. We love you. And Andy's like, oh, I'm going with you guys. Of course, of course you're welcome to. And then Frank's like, whoa, I'm not going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, how's the problem?
But I can't wait to hear that the other end of that story. I'm in Canada in 2023, so it'll be funny.
I knew their relationship would survive it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was I was just I was bummed because I thought I would have ruined my enjoyment of the Todd Snyder concert in memory. Like, oh yeah, and that's not true, because you enjoy the concert, and no matter what happens right after it, it still didn't ruin the concert for me. But it would have been a bummer had they broke up right after it, and we planned to get together there and all that shit.
Yeah, it's like the opposite of having
outside and then break up with her in the morning.
Yeah, it's the opposite of having a song. Like, oh babe, they're playing our song. Like every time they hear Todd Snyder, they're like, oh yeah, that was it.
She was a little off.
12 years down the toilet.
She wasn't being completely Canadian that night.
She wasn't out of. She was within the realm of what's the word I'm looking for? She wasn't wrong.
No, it's all,
right.
Somebody goes, I'm going, I've had enough. That's
especially because Chaille and Chad, it was like downtown Denver, and there's nothing really open around us. We're like at a street light, and it's 2:00 in the morning. And it's
it like 6th Street or like Broadway?
Well,
where like everything's going on.
We knew there was still shit open. but there was
Yeah.
nothing around us that was open. You know what I mean? It wasn't
It was
like
a-
it wasn't like we were at bars and you know,
Yeah.
like, oh, fuck you, we're leaving. No, we were at a street light. No one else was around us. No cars were around us. We were the only people there. And we're like, Mitchell and I are like, we're going that way. And Andy's like, I'm going with you guys. And then Frank's like, what do I do?
Yeah.
So I don't blame Frank's wife
Mhm.
for being like, no, I'm
Was
not
Clara
fucking.
like, was she like before that, like, all right, I'm done, guys. Let's head back to the hotel.
She partied all night. I mean, she
Yeah.
was good. Yeah,
So she was just done.
she's
Yeah.
done.
Tank
It
is
was-
empty.
It felt over. I thought when
Yeah.
Mitchell and I were like going like, hey, no, we're gonna go back. Like it's not my daughter's wedding tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was
So we had fun.
But I was, yeah, that's true. I was like Tom Jones in it a little bit.
Well, it wasn't unusual for you to do that.
Oh,
Right.
nice. Well done.
Yeah. I did a very soft.
I want to know. I want to know what you were Tom Jonesing it. What does that mean?
Well, I mean, nothing like Tom Jones. I mean, that guy. I mean, shit, man.
Thanks for explaining it. I
There's no-
appreciate that.
There's no making
sense
excuses
now.
for what that guy, what that feller did.
Are you saying that your idea of a fun night out is a bunch of girls throwing their panties at you?
Oh
Yeah, I
no,
don't
I'm saying
understand
I'm
what
thinking
Tom
of the
Jones
wrong.
is.
I'm saying the wrong Tom here. Fucking Tammy and George Jones.
Oh, George
Jones.
Jones.
Oh,
Yeah, I got
George
my Jones. I got my Joneses wrong. George
Tom,
Jones.
Tom, indeed.
But, I mean, is
Yeah.
it a
I saw
normal
Tom.
thing to say, "Hey, I'm sorry, I got to George Jones you here. I got to get." I don't know what that means. I don't. What behavior that George
That
Jones?
cleared it
Well,
up, right.
George Jones would just go AWOL, get fucked up, and go AWOL, and then disappoint people.
Okay.
Most of Tammy Wynette's catalog is in reflection of what an asshole he was.
Right.
Deal with him.
Andy, have you been watching that?
Yeah. That's like I mean, it's hard. What I do, because people complain about their singing voices, is I'll just pause it and find the actual people singing and the song sometimes, and just listen to that, or fade it way out so I don't hear, because they can't sing like them, and it's distracting. But yeah, some of the fucking I mean, you know, what a fucking crazy motherfucker if what they're showing is accurate.
I think it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, you kind of, the Christmas episode is a classic. Then if you saw the last one, he pretty
I
much,
haven't seen any of it yet, but
Oh, it's episodic. It's not a movie.
I'm excited to watch it. Yeah,
Episodic.
it's episodic. It's it's George and Tammy. I think it's on Showtime. It's
Yeah.
Michael Shannon. That's what really gets me.
I fucking love that guy.
yeah,
So-
it's
We talked about it a little bit on here once. They did. I heard an NPR interview. I think it was Terry Gross, Fresh Air, maybe. I don't know. But Michael Shannon talking about playing this role was really an incredible interview.
mhm.
You know, like the idea that it made me laugh because I thought of the Unbookables and I thought of Doug, but he was like, you know, the idea that, you know, George Jones's fame was kind of rooted in this idea that he was such a fucking hardcore alcoholic, but yet he somehow rallied, and he would like show up, and he would, you know, it's like the what was the movie last year, A Star Is Born, like that
Mhm.
level of drunk, you know, like where you come out and you fucking fall over the mic stand, and you know, you like fall into the front row, and they push you back up onto the stage, and you sit down, and you
Yeah, tape his legs so he can stand
yeah,
up.
you get your shit together and you sing it, and you do it somehow, you know. And that's like a more incredible performance than, you know, winning gold medals at an Olympics. Like that is truly you know, a thing.
It's like that. Who's the basketball player that came back when he was in the dressing room and came back on wobbly knees and
Walt Frazier.
Well, yeah, like that kind of performance every night, but to put himself into that, he's the reason his legs won't fucking work.
Right. Self-induced Walt Frazier.
Yeah. He's back out here. Oh my God. He said, "Did you see him? I thought he was gonna fall down, and he stayed there and sang that whole song."
I think it's Walt Frazier. I might be wrong about
No,
that.
I think we're
though.
both wrong.
Knicks in
It's,
the
yeah, it's
70s.
in that era though. It's in the fucking in that same
It was the
Madison
game.
Square Garden.
It was the
Picture.
game. Look, that was the game where Phil Jackson, one of the greatest NBA coach of all time, became the greatest NBA coach of all time. That was his origin story, because he was on that Knicks team and he saw how that game played out, and he saw how to manage people. Like he realized that the coaching was not just about throw the ball over here, set a pick here, put the ball here, there won't be a defender there, you can have an open shot. It was about how to get guys to perform at their best, right? Like how to get 5 people to mesh together, much like this podcast meshes together in a beautiful, beautiful way. That was it. Phil Jackson's whole, it's why Phil Jackson, that book he wrote, Sacred Hoops, another recommendation.
Oh man,
Good book. But that's what he did. Like he wasn't like a genius at basketball, but he was the manager of 6 Bulls championships and 4 or 5 Lakers championships. He got fucking Kobe and Shaq to play together. Like you work it out, you figure that shit out. And he was on that team with Walt Frazier in the 70s. He was on the floor that game. He was playing.
Look at them buying jackets. Walt was always the one of them. I think we got the guy who was injured and came back wrong, but Walt Frazier is always the fucking.
I think that's Clyde Frazier, Chaille.
This is Walt Frazier right here.
It is?
That's Walt.
Absolutely. But you saying Clyde Frazier might be the guy who got injured? I don't know.
No,
who
It is Clyde Frazier.
Bill Russell. Bill Russell. God damn it.
It wasn't Bill
fucking
Russell.
Russell. Huh? It
Bill
was. I think it was
a
Bill Russell.
Celtic.
But that's with the injury anyway. Look at Chad. We're fucking
Worse than politics. Sorry, Chad.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Donald J. Trump was the best basketball
Wait, Clyde
player.
Frazier was Walt's middle name.
Yeah, Walt Clyde Frazier.
All right. Well, it sounded like there
Too
were
much
2
wine.
guys.
Too much wine. Sorry.
We're inaccurate on an accident.
Somebody will know this.
It's misinformation, but we try to
It was the Knicks in the 70s, and the guy came out in the 4th quarter. Like he hurt his leg, he hurt his ankle.
Yeah, he
came out in the 4th quarter. He limped off, and then he came back, and he led the team to victory. It was that.
like Bobby Boucher winning the Mud Hens. Remember when Bobby Boucher? Sorry.
I don't even know how to look that up though, so I'm just gonna let it go.
we're all
Some guy that got hurt on the.
I'll look.
Yeah, man.
Limping guy, basketball.
There's a bunch.
Let's see if
Yeah, don't Google a lip guy.
Oh man, but have you guys
look? I'm not doing that.
Rubber Band Man?
Googling limp guy now. What could go wrong?
I think it was a Rubber Band Man.
Wait, what team was he on? He's on the Knicks.
Have you seen? I'm pretty sure it's Bill Russell that came back from injured and anyway. Have you seen any of the ice fucking pileups and shit? I've been watching a lot of car accidents on the Instagram reels. No.
Oh.
I haven't
Seattle
watched
cars.
All right, I got all of it wrong.
Oh.
Willis Reed.
Willis
Oh,
Reed.
fuck, man.
Willis Reed.
Yeah.
Willis Reed returns. That's what
Slick.
it was.
It was Slick Watts.
Not
You can do it.
Russell. Not okay. Yeah.
It
All
wasn't
right.
Bill Russell. Bill Russell was never not a Celtic.
Yeah.
Willis
Really?
Reed.
Huh.
The best part is that I'm too drunk to remember what the point was of the whole analogy.
Good thing we cleared that up.
Well,
Set
Some
the
kids-
Willis Reed affair to end.
Yeah. That was like I limped off the fucking court and didn't come back.
Was Walt Frazier at least a Nick?
I think this had to do with George Jones.
Oh, that's right.
where it all started. No, it started with Tom Jones.
Yeah, Tom Jones.
Not
Right.
unusual for this show to
Holy
go off the
shit.
rails like this.
Yeah. Yeah. I get one Jones wrong, man. The whole thing fucking slides down the hill like a car in Seattle in the ice storm. But,
Imagine getting the Jones wrong and ending up at Jim Jones.
well, we left him out, but he'd have to go on the Jones Mount Rushmore. I don't know. He got those other three or those other two, and that's it. Can't think of another.
It's only three.
The Jones,
Andy, you're talking
Jonas
about
brothers.
You're talking about the all the ice and the flights and all that shit. Southwest Airlines.
Oh yeah, what if
they canceled like thousands of flights? Bingo was on one of those flights, so she's stuck in Tucson. Hopefully tomorrow, Doug got her on a flight on American Airlines because the closest they were going to be able to get her on a flight was maybe Friday. So from what's today? Monday to Friday, she would have to wait to be able to get on a flight to go to Vegas on a direct flight. And it's like, wait a minute, this is a north-south flight on Southwest Airlines from Tucson to Vegas. How is the East Coast like storm affecting that route, right? I don't know.
It's like Southwest just fucking like they're calling it a meltdown, but they're like almost unable to do business anywhere.
Yeah. They canceled like 70% of their flights or something. It's fucking crazy. And I'm like, that's why we drive.
Man, yeah, there's some fucking Christmas holiday spirit at the airport. Good God, that many people fucking held at bay there. That's got to be a fucking
especially thing. Like a place like Vegas, because Doug said he just immediately checked online to see people posting videos of like just the fucking just piles of luggage. And what happens is the people back east, they check in, and if they've got room on a flight going that way, their bag goes without them. And so then they wait and their flight gets canceled, but their bag ends up in Vegas. So now there's piles in Vegas, and these people are still at the airport where they fucking check their bag. Good system there, guys.
And it's Vegas, so there's some pros hustling bags out of there too.
Sure.
You know the old saying, what happens in Vegas happened to your pants.
Yes.
Wow, I wonder if Southwest will pick up the pieces and resume a schedule tomorrow, or I mean, they're going to have so many people fucking still stuck. I mean,
when I've gotten stuck in the past, your flight's canceled. So like you got an 8 p.m. flight that's canceled, and of no reason for like the airline, say like weather like this, right? Force majeure, right? Like you can't. There's nothing you can do about it. Well, until when they start flying out again, all the people that had reservations, they still have to honor those flights. Now they got to fit all these people that got canceled on the first available flight that's open. So that might not be for days, because those people are still coming to the airport because their flights didn't get canceled.
Right.
Now you got to shoehorn all those people. It's a fucking nightmare. So I don't know. I just spend the night.
You guys are both driving, right? So.
Yeah, we're driving.
Jesus.
Yeah, I saw some stories about because Austin is the hub for Southwest.
Oh boy.
And it's all happening here. Yeah. There's a couple of clips on the public freakout subreddit. There's a girl who has a meltdown. And it's like, oh my God, you poor thing. But she, it's one of those.
Is that the one in the guy's face screaming?
No, I mean, no, you can't ever really see her. You can just hear her. But she's just screaming in a get me my shit or whatever it is. Like she just keeps screaming it. where you see someone at that level of, mania.
Throwing it per fucking child tantrum.
A childlike tantrum. Not not allowing the other person to talk to you. But that was also presented on this subreddit without the context of Austin's shut down because Southwest shut down and everyone's stuck here, and this person's probably been stuck here for a while. And I mean, maybe she should just hang out, go to Terry Black's and have some barbecue.
Yeah, that's the thing too, is that just you're stuck.
Yeah,
like, you got no hotel. There's a shuttle bus. Is like, let's make the most of it and have some beers and barbecue, and the bus will return us in the, something like that. Instead, you're just fucking find some. I saw somebody brought like an air mattress.
I saw someone had it between two pillars. They had strung up a hammock, and I'm like, what are we doing?
I know.
This isn't Bolivia. This is
Chaille,
America.
that's you. Are you kidding me?
No, that's not me. I'm in the fucking Sky Club.
Well,
that's fucking free food.
That's true.
I plan ahead.
Yeah. Well, that
Sky Club should have hammocks in it.
The one in where were we? Utah's got a good one where they've got like old phone booths, but you can go in the booth and like there's a chair and where the phone would be, you can set your computer up, you can have a conversation at full voice and no one can hear you. It's fucking great. But I mean, people don't take advantage of it. But last year we got stuck overnight we waited, I think 6 hours at the airport because of weather. Our flights got canceled. So Tracy and I stayed in the Sky Club for about 7 hours and then just went and got a hotel room and said, we'll be back in the morning, and then waited another like 6 hours. But the whole time just in the Sky Club, I wouldn't know what to do to be in an airport out in the thing. It would suck. That's why we drive so much now, because you can get so much further than if you had to go every day to wait at an airport to go from South Carolina to North Carolina. Fuck no, man. I mean,
especially right now, something's not right. I mean, there's so many cancellations and shit, and
it's the weather,
sickness and all that shit. Yeah. I mean, there's like a shortage of people. They're always
definitely.
You ever like checked in an airline and it's like the same person you keep running into? It's like they check you in and then they're up at the gate and then they load your bags and shit. And it's like, fuck, how many people work here? It's just you. If they fucking get behind the wheel, Yeah,
when we were in Utah and then spent the night at a hotel and then came back the next day, the same ladies that checked us in the day before were in again. They didn't even scan us and go, come on in, just go right in. And a little bit of patience and understanding goes a long way, because you see this lady scream or something on there. Can you imagine if that was your job to put on a fucking a calm face to these people? It's frustrating, but I mean, them screaming at that person is 100% not going to help the situation. 100% not going to.
You can't even get away with that anymore.
No, they just go, leave. We're going to put you on a no-fly list. How about that?
You scream at somebody, you're like, you'll hear from, and then you're getting videotaped, and then that fucking vigilante,
one of the reasons I don't like to go out.
Yeah,
exactly.
Somebody's gonna videotape me acting like a fucking asshole.
Listen, you gotta look around, God. Say it quietly, and I
won't even mean to. I'll just lose my temper and fucking start spouting off.
Yeah. When you come back from going out, do you check to make sure there's no man goes off at local restaurant?
Search on Google for
local man loses it at Arby's.
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it. That's me, isn't it? Son of a bitch.
So far, I've been lucky. Usually I'll try to say shit under my breath anyway, because it's usually half illegal.
Right.
You know, it's half a threat usually when
I like Andy's thing of, you know, when we had the masks, we could just talk under our breath. We didn't have to fuck in. You just do it.
It's like farting. You just like, who did that?
Yeah.
But
God
you know,
damn, those are the good old days.
some people
And look
would
back
use
at
it
the
for
pandemic. Good
some
old days.
people would use it for hate speech, where I just use it to complain. You know,
Muttering under your breath.
yeah, like yeah, Jesus, are you kidding me? How many items does this asshole have?
Oh shit! I forgot my mask.
you just look around like a fucking ventriloquist.
Right? Yeah, it's like when
Know
you're
your voice. Amaze your friends.
Make it through the line at Safeway.
Yeah. One of my local places went more self-checkout. I'm cool with that.
You got to be careful with that self-checkout though, Andy.
What, you miss a few items?
Yeah, that because the store, I've read these articles now that the stores there's like a grace period where they were like working through the software.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's so many people that have taken advantage of it. There's zero tolerance policy for shoplifting. So if you got that extra 12-pack that didn't get scanned, you get prosecuted for it.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I accidentally did swipe some cheese the other day.
Sure.
I got out into the thing, and I was like, because there's this new carts and they had this flat thing, and I sat them down anyway. I got outside, and then I could have gone back in and said, hey, you know, and I knew once I was outside, I'd committed a small crime, $4 crime.
Petty theft.
Yeah, very petty. Like, why would he only ask for 4 slices of each cheese? He was going to steal them.
A serial killer.
If I'm forced to go to self-checkout, I always will fold something inside something else.
Chad's got way less likely
though,
because
because
security going, excuse me, sir.
I'm paying myself to go to do the work.
Yeah.
It's tricky though, man, because you got to put everything on the scale. So like they know how much everything weighs.
Well, yeah,
So-
I think the way what you're saying though is why I think it's hard to trick it, Erickson, is because it's all done with weight in this
Right.
in the bagged area.
Right.
Yeah, it stays in the
Right.
cart.
I mean,
I mean-
there's that, like, sometimes I'll put something under the cart, like something big, like if it's like a big thing of toilet paper, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I fucking can't. I'm not putting this in the cart. That
Yeah.
takes up the whole cart. I got
Yeah.
1,000 other to put underneath, and then I'm just pushing through and forgot there's something under there. That's the only way that I would accidentally do it.
This doesn't
But-
add up because you don't use toilet paper.
Well,
You
I
use the
don't,
Water system.
but there's another person in my life
Uh-huh.
who even
They
if you
still
have a-
require
apparently even if there's a bidet, if you have a vagina, you also still need toilet paper. I didn't
No, I
know.
know. You
I
don't
didn't
have to-
know.
Yeah.
It turns out you need
Huh.
a lot. You need it. So,
So,
we still buy
Those
Check it out.
things get slick.
it.
check out this this self-checkout here, the one that I got pulled up here. That's from Circle K. I just found these out the other day when I was at a local Circle K. You basically set your items down on that tray and it tabulates everything. You don't scan anything. It knows what it is. And then it lists everything on that little pad there. If I can get over there, right there. It tells you the items that are there and then you pay. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah, you gotta just put it in your pocket when you're in the aisle the old-fashioned way
Yeah,
there.
steal it.
Get
Yeah.
that
Sleight
pack
of
of
hand.
chuckles for free, Chad.
Do like a, like a magician.
Yeah.
It's gone. Whoa, it's gone.
Well, that's really impressive though. You know how much everything weighs
That's
to
pretty
the
fancy.
to the ounce or to the gram, because
Well, it's all the packaging has everything's weighed anyway.
right.
It's all
Well,
shipped. It's all they know what it.
But there might be
cases.
2 things that weigh 13.5 ounces.
Well,
Yeah,
have you
but not
seen
with
those?
that barcode.
That's it.
Have you
Yeah,
seen
they-
those commercials for those Amazon stores where you just go in with your cart and as soon as you put it in your cart, it racks it up for you? You don't
No.
even have to
Oh,
check
that's
out.
cool.
Yeah. You just put it in your cart and it racks it all up and you leave with
Wait, you're
it.
not talking
done.
just about the internet. Like, what's in your cart?
Ah,
Isn't that what you're talking
It
about?
was,
The
it
Amazon.com?
was just a visual representation of the
Oh,
internet.
bro.
I'm dumb. No, it's an
Oh,
actual
shit.
store. It's an actual store that you can go into that it's a prototype
Perfect.
that yeah.
That's what I want. I'm not trying to steal from anybody. I don't care. I'll pay for it. I just don't want to deal. I want to put it in. I want to walk out the store and put it in my car. I don't want to deal with anybody. That'd be perfect.
I
That's genius.
actually participated in self-checkout in 1989
Wow.
in Salzburg, Austria. They were doing it back then. And as an American, I'm like, what keeps people from stealing? And the checkers looked at me like, why would someone steal from us? Like it's their neighborhood store. They're like, who's stealing from us? And I'm like, oh, sorry, you're not as advanced as us Americans.
Sorry, I'm from Fullerton.
Sorry, that's how we do it. Hey, Chad, I think I heard about that. The Amazon thing is you go in and your cart, there's a thing you can pay. You can swipe your credit card on the handlebar of the cart. Right. So you grab your cart and you get the app going. So you've got everything going, go through, put everything in, and then you just go turn around, swipe it, and then go out to your car. You don't have to talk to anyone.
That's genius.
Great.
I want that for everything. I don't know why I have to have a person help me do this. If I'm doing it myself, first of all, I'm the opposite of you guys. I love self-checkout. I'll go self-checkout every single time if I have the option. I would rather do that. I'm fine with it. But I also don't want to do any of it. I just want to walk right out the door with the cart.
If it works, right. It works a lot of the time now. For a lot of the time when I would do it, it would never fucking work right. And then I'd have to stand there like an asshole and fucking wave somebody down, and they'd have to come and help me anyway. So I hated it. So that's why I would
you did one of these somewhere?
No, I'm talking about just self-checkout.
Oh, yeah.
Well, wait a minute, Chad. I feel like you're giving it a bad rap. Because like, if you say like, oh, I fucking tried it and it ended up that I had to talk to somebody anyway, that just means that you had to talk to somebody in the same way you would have to talk to somebody every single time you did a regular checkout.
But it was, I would have had less time if they would have just let me go in line, but they didn't have any lines available. They made me go to the fucking thing and do all the shit myself, and then have wait longer for them to send somebody over to help me.
But then you need
more of a pain in the
cigarettes.
ass than it needed to be.
You need cigarettes and alcohol. You're like, oh wait, also I need 2 packs of Camel Crush Silvers. You're like, oh, sorry, you can't go through this line. You had to go through the other line. I'm like, oh, I already went through this line.
Yeah.
So they
I gotta go back and go through this other. Yeah, sorry, we can't sell cigarettes to you through the self-check. I didn't even remember that I needed cigarettes till just now.
I was the most competent
That's
one.
the problem.
I rolled through self-checkout as the most competent one. There was 2 other ones, and they were both stuck and waiting for help. And I just in and out, boom. Got my Dr. Pepper, dropped it, set it back up there.
The concept stores are called Amazon Go, and they started in 2020, and there's 29 of them open right now. Seattle, Chicago, San Francisco, London, and New York. So I don't think we're getting one in Sierra Vista anytime soon, Chad.
Amazon Go, that's a really great idea. Jeff Bezos, look, I jumped onto the Elon Musk train a little too soon. Sounds like this Jeff Bezos guy is the way to go.
Well, no, they're not hiring people. You got the right one. They need people at Tesla. They don't need anyone at Amazon. They got the customers doing all the work.
Good point. Good point.
You almost made a bad decision.
I should invest in the shopping cart.
Yeah.
Makers.
Yeah, that's an up and coming thing. Nobody else has got that.
They're going to need robots to round up their shopping carts, and they're going to buy them from Elon.
I saw a great clip of Michael Costa on The Daily Show. Michael Costa he's a very funny guy and a good buddy, but he's been a Daily Show correspondent. And this is probably from a long time ago, and I just never saw it, but they were doing like the Trevor Noah, say goodbye, Trevor Noah's leaving. And they showed a clip of Michael Costa doing a thing about Elon Musk's maybe it wasn't Elon, just like AI and robots.
Yeah.
And I think it was maybe Tesla or something. But it was like the corporate show where they come out and they tell everything about, like, you know, the newest thing we have in AI. And they put the robot out there, and then like it took 4 guys to like push the robot up, like to make his arm like do the thing, you know. And then Costa's whole point was like, he's going to create jobs. Like for every robot, 4 people need to be there to make
Need
it
to move
work.
its arms.
You're right. God, it was so good.
Yeah, wasn't he the one that was doing that weekly comedy show when you were living in
Yes.
LA?
Yeah. We did a show together at the old Coach and Horses.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. At the Pikey, we called it then. Yeah.
Well, I
Michael
think-
Costa is extremely funny. Michael Costa put out an album called Comedy. Or maybe this is the exact name, Comedy for Beautiful People. And his whole point was these jokes are for, you know, beautiful people. And if you don't get the jokes tonight,
Weren't for you.
I'm sorry.
I'm sure I would get them.
Get that cat out of here. Can't believe you guys never saw The Man with Two Brains by Steve Martin.
I have seen it. I was getting confused with the other one where he's where everything's in black and white, and they used black and white movies.
Dead men
That's
don't wear
also
plaid?
an
No.
Dead Men Don't
extremely-
Wear Plaid. That's what I was
Dead
thinking.
Men Don't Wear Plaid. What a classic movie. Yeah. Yeah, the Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid is brilliant because he only does his part, and the other parts of the movie are actual movies
Yeah.
that he edited.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
They just
I
took
haven't seen
clips.
you watched it, you didn't know. You
No,
never-
I mean, I don't. I probably did watch it
How'd they
way back.
get Jimmy Cagney to be in this movie?
Cagney's been dead for 20 years.
He was in The Jerk, right?
But The Man with Two Brains is also one of the stupidest Steve Martin funny movies ever. It was the one he did right after The Jerk, and it's a fucking absolutely laugh out loud funny all the way through, I think.
Third recommendation.
Yeah, it's a recommendation show for Erickson tonight.
It's the.
I
end
have
of
a
the
do
week.
not recommend. I'm interested in sharing with you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. I was watching the what's the name of that? Once Upon a Time in California. And then I was just like decided to research Jay Seahorn, one of the victims
Wait, Once Upon a Time in, you mean Once
That's
Upon a Time
Quentin
in
in
Tarantino?
Hollywood?
Hollywood.
By
It's
Quentin
the-
Tarantino.
Yeah, the Tarantino
Yeah.
movie.
So you watched the movie?
Yeah, I'm watching that movie, but then I was like, I was
But
curious
wait,
about the.
let's just take it
Yeah.
slow.
All
What
right.
did you think of the movie?
I've seen it a few times, and
Yeah?
even though it's just kind of a background noise one. It's like timepiece. You hear the music, and
Have you guys seen that
Cars.
movie?
Yeah.
yeah, it's anyway. But that Jay Seahorn dude, I researched him, and he's the dude who came up with the first like men's hair fashion. He was like
Wait, are you saying Seahorn or Jackie Treehorn?
what's the name of the dude who got killed in the Manson murder?
I don't know. I'm
Jay,
just trying to make sure you're not talking about another movie.
I think it's Jay Sebring. So I started watching a documentary about him. It was done by his nephew, and kind of
Sebring, Seahorn.
he's not just a stabbing victim. He's a dude who was had an interesting arc going.
Oh, it
You hear
was
about
Jay
real
Sebring.
Manson victims.
Jay
What's that?
Sebring.
Yeah, an actual. He's in the. I mean, he's a character in the movie,
So-
but he's also.
Yeah, he was
Dude.
friends with Sharon Tate, right? Like that. They
Yeah,
were
he was.
together.
Yeah, he
That's
was
why.
dating her, and then he was
Yeah.
waiting for Polanski to fuck up, kind of, or whatever.
Jump
but
in. Yeah.
That was the rumor. Anyway, yeah. So he was like a
Maybe it was his baby.
hair fashion guru he was a fucking,
He was a
doing all the
celebrity
Hollywood-
hairstylist. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, he was a hairstylist.
Okay.
He's also in a few movies. I'm a little ways into it, but anyway, fuck. Not a recommendation, man. I don't know. But yeah, no, I mean, I just I was curious because I don't care about the Folgers couple. I was like, who's I mean, that was another one that got stabbed up there. And you guys heard
Folgers
about
couple?
well, it's somebody who was related to the Folgers family. It was an heir to the Folgers funds.
really?
But she didn't use them.
I'm
'cause
not
she got
familiar with the
stabbed.
Manson victims. I mean, if you mention the Manson victims,
Well, it's
it
basically the
sounds
people that were in this movie
familiar.
that did get stabbed.
I'm trying to find out who you're talking about.
This is the most confusing issues.
I feel like that's my fault, and I apologize.
I think I'm in a fog. Chad, still, do you
Stoned.
feel punchy from
Chad's
COVID at all,
stoned.
Chad? I mean, like,
Today I've been like, I don't know, like falling asleep, fucking out of it all day. Probably because I hiked all day yesterday.
yeah, I just feel like, like fucking stupider.
So your Sebring guy, Jay Sebring,
Mm-hmm.
barbers were charging $1 to $2 for a haircut back then. He was charging $50 and more. His clients included Warren Beatty, Steve McQueen. He flew every 3 weeks to Vegas to cut Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis Jr.'s hair. And he did a hairstyle for Kirk Douglas and Spartacus. So he was pretty fucking connected.
And the Manson kids killed him.
He's one of the ones that died. Yeah, he was.
Oh, that's a bigger loss than Sharon Tate.
Sure. For Frank.
For everybody, that the hairstyles, the cutting, that's a skill.
Yeah, it sure is.
What about that unborn baby, mister?
Well, unless that unborn baby's gonna trim my sideburns up perfectly evenly, I think Jay Sebring is a better, more important
Yeah, who was interesting.
victim.
Yeah, there was a Folgers and Freakowski. I don't know who that is. Tate and Sebring were all murdered.
And a baby, if you count
Oh,
those.
all right, yeah.
Let's not get into politics. Apple or oranges.
I mean, it's a big roundabout abortion.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so take that, Sharon Tate's legacy. But he was
Abigail Folger was the heiress to the Folgers Coffee Company. So the fortune, like her dad was Peter Folger, who had the Folgers coffee.
heirs are always assholes.
Well, what did she do?
Well,
You showed up at a fucking get together.
It's
No,
true. I'm sorry.
I'm with
but-
Andy. No, that's the thing, Chaille. Now, Nepo baby.
Yeah, Nepo baby.
About Nepo babies?
Nepo,
You know
what's a
about this?
Nepo baby?
A nepotism baby.
Oh,
It's the new thing. Nepo babies, like nobody likes them. So
It just didn't it
Abigail
just
Folger
drop.
is absolutely a Nepo baby. Couldn't be more Nepo baby than Abigail Folger. Fuck
Yep.
her.
And those
Pete Folger. Now that's a fucking Folger. That's a guy who
Somebody
did something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Drinking that shitty
Abigail.
coffee and you make money off of that. And then those Nexium, they had some right hand heirs. I forget what company, but like fucking, if you're an heir to that, you're an elite fucking douchebag. And
Nexium? Or
Nex-
Nexum?
yeah,
no,
Nexium.
wasn't that guy that was branding everyone?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
But
Nexum.
yeah, Nexum. All right.
Nexum, not Nexium.
God.
That seems like a heartburn drug.
Yeah, I forget who but there was
Fuck heartburn drugs.
yeah. Oh man, yeah, they can be deceiving.
Yeah.
Actually,
Andy's about to take down Lipitard.
I am
no,
one.
no, not the retarded one, just the one for cholesterol.
You mean Libotards?
Lipitor.
Yeah. See, there he is. Look at
There's
that.
with Paul Newman.
Look at him. He looked like little Joe Cartwright. I bet if he had
Looks
his
to me, looks
haircut
like,
scissors in his hands, it would have been a different melee up there.
Robert Blake.
Yeah, he looks like Robert Blake, doesn't he?
That's what Andy
Eddie
just said.
Munster.
I interrupted him.
Yeah, none of these guys ever needed a haircut either. They got their haircut like every 3 days.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like that fucking Raiders owner, Mark Davis. He
No. That's the opposite of that, Andy.
Well, I mean,
That guy needs a haircut, even
he
after
needs a
gets
haircut, but that's the one he gets. Like Paul Newman, he's kind of, he's doing what Paul Newman wants there, or what.
No, but
what Mark
here's
Davis is doing. is a
here's
mistake.
the difference,
pays
guys.
for it.
Here's the difference. We're not bougie fucks, but if we ever were, this is what we would do. We would do what Paul Newman does, and that is that you get a haircut before you need a haircut. That's the difference. We all get haircuts when we need a haircut. When we go in to get a haircut, it's like the person cutting it is like, Jesus Christ, you fucking slob.
What are we doing with this?
What is this thing?
Yeah.
You know, Paul Newman. That was Andy's comparison to Paul Newman right there.
See, Paul Newman sat in the chair and looked just like this. This is the
JC
end
brings
of the
like,
haircut
right.
here.
I got one hair that's out of, I think you should do the sting, Paul. I think you should do the sting. I got one hair right here. Let me cut it.
They also, I mean, when they're on set too, they have to look the same every fucking day. So, I mean, they have to do that. That's what I'm saying. It's like every 3 days they get the haircut, whether they need it or not, because they have to make sure everything's looking all right. And then every day there's a hairstylist touching them.
It's because of JC Ggreg that he was able to get that haircut, though. Because he started men's hair fashion, and look at what it's become.
Wait. So what?
This isn't men's hair fashion.
That's not men's hair fashion. That is that is an on the spectrum retarded person being allowed, having enough money, family money to.
You think he might be?
I got another one.
That guy cuts his own hair. Right?
That would explain it if he was slightly
like
retarded.
Another person doesn't do that to him.
He does.
That's
he
him.
does. He gets it cut professionally. If he would fly to go get his hair cut.
Oh, they wouldn't fly to him.
It looks like he flew through a fire to get his hair cut.
I don't understand. I mean, there's no explanation for that. He's got money. His old man was cool.
So what happened was Mark Davis, when he was like during the quarantine, he couldn't shave either. So this is what happened to us.
Wow. Accurate.
It's finally happened, you guys. Chaille's now doing bits from the internet. He's doing setups.
I was waiting for him to post the with the fucking Planet of the Apes one next.
Yeah,
that is
Roddy McDowell.
No, you're thinking of Dr. Zayas.
That's the next one.
Zayas.
Yeah, the blog.
So look up Mark, see if he's probably got a hot wife. Don't you think, Mark Davis? Hot wife.
Well, she's not in any pictures here yet.
Yeah.
Look at that nose. Look at that nose on him.
He doesn't look like Al Davis, really. But
oh yeah, he's got a smoking.
Are you breaking news right now, Andy?
I feel like I think Mrs. Davis had a fucking pool boy with a little Down's syndrome.
Little bit touch.
That might have.
You know what? That's one of the Wayans brothers from White Chicks, you guys.
Oh yeah.
You guys have just been being tricked this
Oh,
whole
no
time.
way. That's his wife.
Look at what he's crawling on top of every night.
Whoa. Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, that's his wife.
That's why he gets that haircut.
Yeah, she likes it.
Are you kidding me?
That's what it said.
Way.
It says, help me figure this out. Can someone help me figure this out? Is he married?
No way. He photobombed
That
that
is look. You can talk about grooming. You can talk about drag queens hosting fucking, readathons. You can talk about what Republicans tapping their shoes and fucking 17-year-old boys in airports. None of it is grosser than that guy having sex with that person. None of it. That
Her
is the
name's Carol
grossest
Davis,
thing.
and they've been married for years.
That is gross.
That's
Absolutely
100%
disgusting.
consensual.
Oh man, let's see their kids. They got
I
little kid with that haircut. That'd be hilarious.
I don't know what is going on with
One
her.
that looks like him, and one that looks like
Come
his
on,
wife.
you know what's going on with her.
I mean, I do, but I also don't. I mean, I don't, Chad. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
usually
get it.
you would wait until they were much older and vulnerable.
Right.
It's gonna have to be with him a while.
Like you're not going to be able, like your plan has to be, I'm going to take him and get the money in the divorce, because you're not staying with that guy for the rest of his life till he dies.
But
There's no fucking way.
all right,
There's
but
no way.
I would imagine that he lives an incredibly busy life and that she lives an incredibly separate second life while he lives an incredibly busy life. And that second life that she lives is much worth it until he fucking dies.
So she's like, Mark, I'm sorry, but you've been around a little too much this week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
when
saw
is
you.
when is the
Don't you
NFL
have fucking
spring
meetings
training
or a
start?
haircut?
I saw you at
appointment?
breakfast, and I don't
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, 2 meals together. What's going on? Did
Gross.
football collapse?
Yeah, you my
Safe
lawyer told
house.
you.
You need to go get your bangs trimmed.
Oh, she's probably the one that encourages him to get his haircut where he's got to take a flight to
Yeah.
go get that fucking haircut. Laughs about it with the pool guy.
Right,
And a legit pool guy too.
right.
Ollie. Yeah, it's like an NFL owner, you can't get they're just around till they die or sell the team. That they can be fucking weird dorks like that. If he was a GM or something, he'd be fucking Raiders suck and are on a downward spiral, even though he's fucking falling into dough there, Vegas.
But listen, that's it. We just talked about Nepo babies. Mark Davis is the ultimate Nepo baby. Look at that fucking guy. There's not there's no scenario you could draw up other than
I wonder what Kenny Stabler thought of him.
Ancestor made them money.
Well, he was before he was with the Raiders. He was in a movie.
There you go. Yeah, I remember that.
So he came from some notoriety in Hollywood.
Yeah. All right.
Pretty close. Pretty close.
Oh, I mean, it's as though he chose that as his hair, as a fucking.
Look at this.
Like,
wow, that's spot on. No makeup required.
It was I don't know why they remade those movies. They were perfect.
Well, Chaille has gone into the forbidden zone. We said we weren't.
There we go.
Into the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, I tried watching the new ones. I'm a huge fan of the old ones. It's just and number one, the first one is just groundbreaking and the makeup and even the architecture and stuff. And they just slashed the budget in half for the second one, and then slashed it in half again for the third one. And Roddy McDowell wasn't even in the second one because of a schedule conflict. It was just fucking nuts. But you go back and watch that first one. It is so fucking good, man.
Yeah, Charlton Heston one.
Yeah. And he didn't want to come back for the second one, but they made a deal. He would do 1 day of shooting, and they would cut that in to the second one, and they just had different the guy he looked almost a dead ringer for his brother.
Has there ever been a movie other than the Planet of the Apes that had the whole movie change what the movie was based on the last scene? Right? Like when you see the last scene of Planet of the Apes, when spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the Planet of the Apes.
Thanks for doing that.
When they fucking make it through the whole fucking movie and then they walk up on the Statue of Liberty and they're like, oh my God, you fucking blew it up. Like, has there ever been a movie where
God damn you, you did it?
Has there ever been a movie where the whole movie you just saw changed more? Like that movie changed when that scene happened, because now that changes the whole thing. Like it was like a shift of
the idea was that they landed in another planet.
Right. You thought you were on another planet.
And hundreds of years, like everyone is already dead back home. but you've gone to another solar system really
Right.
to be able to do this. And the whole time is like you're saying, is it's one movie where they're stuck, fish out of water, they're somewhere else. And then what ends up happening is you find out that no, they were at home the whole time. Yeah.
Talk about M. Night Shyamalan shit.
Well, yeah.
Man, that's the big one right there.
Mhm.
And
Because
if
that changes the whole way you think about what you just saw. Like now you walk out of that movie theater going, wait, what? What the fuck?
that was
fucked up. Like what a great job of not giving that away. You know, like holding that to the end.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty fucking incredible.
Well,
That was a
it was
good
written
one,
a bunch
for
of
sure.
different times, like over and over before they finally got the final screenplay, and there were different writers on it. So there was a lot of there's 100 reasons why, maybe 1,000 reasons
That
this
was
movie should never have been made.
that was also
many
part
problems.
of, but also that area was part of the forbidden zone. So
Yes.
like when you watch it's a shame the sequels aren't as good because they should have been as good because it opened up this universe that was really incredible.
Yeah.
When in the sequels, when they're in the subways of New York,
Yeah.
you know, like that's incredible. They're finding shit in the subways, you know, like, oh, you should have had this whole, like now you have this whole landscape, you know, like the set designer should have been like, oh, thank you. Let's do that.
Yeah.
You know,
Kind of.
those movies should have been incredible.
I mean, I think the second one is the one you're talking about where they're down in the subways.
Escape from New York or whatever. Like they were down in the subways.
Not Escape.
No, it was because
That was with
Beneath the Planet of the Apes is what you're talking about.
yeah, maybe that's the one. What
Kurt Russell wasn't fighting him. He'd be great in it though. Man, they should bring Kurt Russell.
Snake Plissken.
Yeah, bring him into
Andy, I
the.
love it when you just steer it to what you want it to be about. All right,
No, but you said the name of the Escape from New York, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is it.
You brought it up, motherfucker.
all right.
I'm just tagging. Dirty
Yeah, and
ape.
if you haven't seen the new Planet of the Apes one, they just shouldn't have called it that because it's not a remake of the old ones at all. It's a completely different storyline, and they're not bad.
Hi, kitty.
I think in the third old Planet of the Apes is when they had Caesar, which was they had a baby. Cornelius and Zira had a baby. I think it was in 3 where they ended up throwing it off of a high part and it like landed in the water because they killed Zira. I tend not to watch those. I'm gonna watch them. I watched the
Seems
first
like
one. But there was a baby chimp in one that got shot and killed. And
oh man, I remember
They chucked it like Drowsy.
yeah, but it went like off of
probably where I got the idea.
The third one is when Roddy McDowall came back and he ended up, I hope I'm getting this right. They end up going to Earth. So now now it's the Earthlings have this talking ape.
Yes, they bring him back.
Yeah, and then basically they filmed it all at the Long Beach docks in California, and they're like running on ships, and there's oil derricks and everything, and that's where the finish, the big finish was gunplay, of course, because it's humans. So yeah, I'd have to watch that again to really get it down, but yeah, it's pretty poor.
Anyway, Jay Sebring, you guys.
Jay
Get your
Sebring.
hair done by Jay Sebring, and get it styled, get it looking nice for your ladies. Your ladies deserve a nice updo for you.
Here's a good, if you want, here's a picture to snap.
There's something nice if you do.
The evolution of haircut.
Give me the Mad Davis.
Did you
That's
get
a
a
picture.
scoop with that cut?
You take that picture into your local barber and say, he brings sent me. I want to get the.
I could probably get that cut if I wet my hair down, like to bring it down. I mean, that was kind of where it would go. Kind of, yeah.
No way.
Oh yeah.
It is.
No way. That's a fucking pineapple.
You gotta have.
Wait, who are you talking about? Me or Mark?
His
I'm
head
talking-
looks like
no,
it's
not you,
extremely
him.
pointy, right? Like if he didn't have hair, his head would be really fucking.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't think we were talking about.
No, I think that's his. I think that's the top of it,
hair look
Andy.
like that.
No, I
he
think
did-
that's the top of it. I think what you're
Uh-huh.
seeing there is the top of it.
Yeah,
Huh.
I think that's pretty much it. It just comes down from there.
yeah. He has no product. It's just it's
Oh,
blown
man, yeah.
straight or
Uh-huh.
straight down. Yeah.
It's but he doesn't need to travel for it.
No, he doesn't. Yeah,
It's an easy,
I
you know,
agree.
but-
It looks like something you do yourself.
Or if it's like one of those oops, but where.
But he's happy. Look at him.
Yeah,
He's
if he
he's
did
like-
any kind of
he's
oops,
got-
there, it'd be
he's
like, oh,
going.
that's
He's
cool.
crawling on top of this every 2 weeks
Ah.
when he's allowed to come home.
Where do you think she goes when that happens in her head?
Yeah,
ever
what's
think
the
she-
farthest away happy
Uh-huh.
place?
But he's
Total
probably
happy
a charm.
place.
He just seems, anyway, good for you, Mark Russell, Wilson.
Does he still own the Raiders?
Yeah,
Oh,
Is he the one who
Mark
fired
Davis.
Gruden?
Mark Davis, right? Yeah. Fucking his
he
old
fired Gruden.
his old man was known for hair, but his old man was kind of like Pat Riley. He had slick back hair and a matching sweatsuit, and he was,
Yeah,
he was a weirdo, fashion weirdo. And man, his kid,
Al Davis.
yeah,
Al
Al
Davis.
Davis.
Al Davis was a guy who was like, his famous phrase was "just win, baby."
Yeah, and they won.
Like he was the guy,
1-0.
like the Raiders were the team. He was the guy who created the Raiders persona of doesn't matter who we get. We'll fucking all felons, like that. You know
Yeah.
that scene from Blazing Saddles where Harvey Korman's like, give me all of the,
Mhm.
the rustlers, the wranglers.
Yeah.
Give me all of them. Like that's Al Davis. We'll take everybody.
Wasn't
Just win.
oh no, I was thinking John Matusak. He was an actor. I was Mongo was a lion, but Matusak he was the Goonie guy, right?
Yeah. Matusak.
Yeah, he was one of that Raiders. Lyle Alzado, fucking Matusak.
See, he
Right.
can make the haircut look all right.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that does not look all right.
Well, that's
I mean,
that's
I'm just
actually.
saying,
Chaille.
it's like if he had a
Chad,
little
does that look all right? Look at
You
that.
put a
haircut.
ski-
That
listen,
doesn't
you put a
look all
ski
right.
headband
Supercuts
on that,
could do something
you're
with
all right.
this.
No,
You
they
know?
couldn't.
Yes,
That
they could.
bangs.
This one's too tough.
He
You'd have
gets
to
the
change
visor,
way too
a
much.
visor cut, and it looks cool under a visor, but
That guy needs to
Oh, so it's
grow.
popped up out of the brim of the bra.
Uh-huh.
visor.
That guy needs to grow a full beard and wear a fucking beanie. Is what
Yeah.
he needs to do.
Yeah, that would work. Or
Yeah, what Chad just described is the opposite of what he's doing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's where Chad's going with it. Just whatever you're doing, go 180 degrees the other direction, my friend.
Well,
this
I know
ain't work.
money isn't the only thing in life, but this guy's net worth is 1.9 billion. So
yeah.
so we just
That's where-
answered this question.
Yeah, that's where she goes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The ultimate Nepo baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh.
Yeah, he's doing it
I'm
right.
sure she's a fine gal and they're
Yeah.
happy
She's very
together.
sweet.
Yeah.
Well, she lives in Las Vegas, so you guys should check her out. I bet she could love to come hang out with you guys.
They might be at
probably
the
gonna be at
show. You
this-
don't you never know.
You never know.
You know?
Her
She's
boyfriend's
probably
gonna go to the
cool as
plaza.
fuck, too.
Oh no, she'll be at the Annie Letterman show. Probably.
Wise
Wow.
guys.
A group of friends. I don't know. Yeah,
That's
Letterman
Wise
will be in
Guys.
Vegas.
So there's a couple of good shows in Vegas on New Year's and New Year's Eve. It's Wise Guys with Andy Letterman, and it's
On the 30th and the 31st, 2 shows, 7 and 9.
I can't imagine a town that has 2 better comedy shows than Las Vegas on New Year's and New Year's Eve with Doug Stanhope and Andy Letterman.
But
I
not
can't
the same show.
No, it's 2 separate shows
Oh, okay,
in
yeah.
the same town.
Probably Carrot Top's in town too.
Well, let's not blow people's minds, Andy. Let's just leave them with these 2 amazing comedians.
Andy.
Yeah, that's true.
We're not here to like pimp
Penn and
everything
Teller,
in Vegas. We were just kind of trying to give our friends a
Carrot Top is
Oh,
really
okay.
good though. If you guys want to go see a really good comedian, go see Carrot Top. But if you have another
Good.
night available, go see Doug. And if you have another night after that, go see Annie. 3 nights, 3 comedy shows, 3 good shows.
She got to go to Vegas.
You got to go to Vegas. I mean, they're in Vegas.
All right. Well,
I mean, you
Carrot
can't.
Top's
see
at the
that.
Luxor in Vegas.
Let's get to our recommendations.
Well, you've already done a couple. Are you gonna?
I have a do not recommend, but
Yeah, let's hear
I'll
that
start
one.
if you guys want.
No, yeah, we should do some of those because things suck.
So,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed a couple years ago, the movie, I think it was Rianne Johnson is her name, or his name, I don't even know.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know the gender, but Knives Out was a great movie. Great movie. If you can ever see Knives Out, watch Knives Out. I really enjoyed it. I didn't know what was happening.
I know where you're going.
Have you seen the sequel to this?
Did
you see it?
I gotta be honest with you.
You loved it.
No, I today when I watched it yesterday, and today as I was thinking about it, because I was driving to Tucson and back, I just got angrier thinking they really chumped out on this thing.
I fucking hated it.
They went a little overboard about how bad Clue sucks, and yet it is Clue. The fucking movie is a bad version of Clue. And when they were complaining about it, I thought, well, then why do you keep using the graph board from Clue to solve this? You know what I mean? And then the twin thing and all this bullshit. Yeah,
terrible.
Not
So
good.
So I don't know if Chad, Andy, I don't know if you guys have seen.
I haven't yet.
Glass Onion. I want you guys to watch it. I want you guys to see if you. I mean, a lot of people really like this movie.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was terrible. Like as much as Chaille thought the Nicolas Cage movie was terrible. No, I'm not even trying to steer to that direction. I'm just saying, as much as Chaille thought it was terrible, that's how terrible I thought this movie was. I thought Daniel Craig, I don't remember his accent being this terrible in Knives Out, but he's trying to do like this accent where he's like this,
like Louisiana.
He's like doing like Andy Griffith doing like a fucking hokum tokum. Now he's talking about.
Yeah, he's like, a little bit of
top. It's not, it doesn't work. And it just, I don't know, the whole thing, it just seemed, there were characters, like, here's one thing you learn when you try to write anything, and that is that don't have characters involved in anything you're writing that aren't involved in the plot. There are numerous characters who aren't even involved in the plot. Sure. Like, I think that for sure, there's a bunch of scenes that are on the editing room floor that these people were in the movie to be in those scenes, but those scenes got cut out. But they didn't cut them out of all the scenes. Like Kate Hudson has an assistant that is sort of in it, but not kind of.
Is this a straight to Netflix thing?
It's a Netflix follow-up to Knives Out. It's Daniel Craig as reprising his role as Benoit Blanc, the world's greatest detective.
Kind of a Poirot.
Right.
Agatha Christie.
Right. Yeah. Right. Hercule Poirot.
Yeah, Hercule Poirot.
Carol.
Yeah. The first one was I like the first one.
It was really good.
Uh-huh.
Right? You saw it?
Yeah.
It was really good. It was very clever. This one I didn't feel was.
Fuck Hollywood.
I mean,
no, but it is. It probably is a net because like Netflix shit will just put out, you know.
But no, I mean, I don't know that. I mean, I think Netflix was involved, at least producing the first one. I'm not sure that that's the reason. They had 1 million people in it.
Yeah.
Ed Norton, Hugh Grant played a fucking throwaway role.
There were a lot of people in it, and it just the way it was. Listen, first of all, you have a character like Daniel Craig, who I don't remember in Knives Out his accent being this bad. But when you're like struggling to try to tell, like, what kind of accent are you trying to do? Like when you're asking yourself that question, that means they're not doing the accent. Right? Like, oh, wait, what? It's just I don't know. Don't watch Glass Onion.
No, watch it.
Watch Glass Onion and tell me that I'm an idiot for thinking.
Yeah, there we go. That's for next week.
Tell me I'm an idiot. Go on the
I'll try. I'm sure it sounds like one of those I'll have to watch like stop and come back to it, because it's going to just drive me crazy to watch it. I can't watch it as a block, probably.
I
don't know if I'd
I
watch
don't.
the first
Stupid
one.
shit.
It doesn't seem like something I'd watch.
It's a very popcorny movie, right? Like you can watch it all the way through. It's not going to make you stop watching it, but it just didn't work as the Knives Out sequel. If you remember Knives Out was very clever. It had a bunch of people, and it was like Clue, which also they reference Clue in this movie, like Chaille mentioned. The movie Clue is 1,000 times better than this movie. Go watch the movie Clue. That was
I've never seen that.
You've never
the movie Clue? No.
You've never seen the movie Clue?
No, I didn't even know there was one until you just said it. I'm writing it down right now.
With what's the guy? Tim, what's his name from Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Tim Curry?
Tim Curry's the main character.
Oh wow.
And Martin Mull is in it. And
this is an 80s movie?
Oh, it's incredible.
1985.
That's what I recommend. Forget not recommending.
Watch Clue.
Go watch Clue. Leslie Ann Warren and her great rack. Oh my God, what a movie. What a good movie.
Michael McKean?
Chaille.
From Lenny and Squiggy?
Chaille, you're in, right?
All right, mine's quick. Is Jay Sebring. I haven't watched it all. Like I said, I've just started it. But Jay Sebring, Cutting to the Truth online. It's online. You can find it on YouTube, and it's done by his nephew, because they come up with a bunch of other stories about his life and shit. So he wanted to straighten the record out and bring back his uncle's legacy. And from what I was reading in the comments, I watched about 20 minutes of it. But it saves his legacy from being just a victim to an actual dude who was doing cool shit.
And you're 20 minutes in.
Well, we read that in the YouTube comments, so we get somebody else's review.
Fuck. All right, there you
Andy,
go. Right, man,
Andy.
I wanted to watch.
Andy,
what?
This isn't homework.
Okay,
I know, you don't have to fake your way through a book report. If you're not watching it, just wait until you've watched it. You don't have to you're watching 1923 every week. You tell me about it on the phone every day when you call me. You're enamored with this show, 1923 with Harrison Ford. Talk about that. What
Helen
about
Mirren?
that show?
Helen Mirren, huh?
Well, let's talk about
opening
it.
scene.
Is it a good show or not?
I think it's all right. Two episodes.
So is it?
I watched the first opening to see if I was going to watch it. And the opening scene with Helen Mirren is really good. So I'll probably watch that tonight. Either that or Clue, but one of those. For sure.
Yeah. Is that all right? So there you go. It's a half completed book report.
That's called incomplete. There's no.
All right.
Well, you're also watching George and Tammy, and I am fascinated with this.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking because, I've been a drunk and done shit, and but just watching what's a good story between two people that should be cool for each other, and watch this guy just fucking unravel it in one episode.
So wait, spoiler alert. Turns out it doesn't work out for George and Tammy.
Wait,
no.
Really?
Well, yeah, you have to watch it first, but it turns out there was some negative shit going on. But yeah, it's sad. It's sad. And that guy does sad faced and pathetic as good as anybody.
Michael Shannon is in about 10 movies that are out right now. So it's good to get used to his face because you're going to keep seeing it. He's so fucking
incredible.
Good. Yeah.
And Andy, again, let me just say this. This isn't homework. All right. We're just talking here. Tell us what you're watching. What do you want?
You give me a C.
I mean, you watched 20 minutes of a thing right before the fucking podcast started so that you could have something to talk about.
I wanted to watch it all, and then the football come on.
Wait, so the Colts game tore you away from this thing you were telling other people to watch?
I was watching the it's kind of like it was a college football game. I can't remember. Fucking Rolling Green, I think.
But you shouldn't recommend the last thing you watched right before the podcast started. That's not what the whole segment is about.
I was trying to humanize a guy who was murdered.
We're interested in what you're enjoying, what you're
I know. I'm
consuming.
enjoying trying to, bring back men's fashion.
Oh, jeez.
Trying to get men's fashion to sponsor us.
I don't remember if I already recommended this one or not, but I watched that Cabinet of Curiosities on Netflix, and most of them were pretty good.
Is it like Creep Show, or there's a bunch of different little?
It's like Guillermo
stories?
del Toro's Cabinet.
Guillermo
of
del Toro?
Curiosities. Yeah.
All right.
I just did Pinocchio.
Yeah, there's 8 episodes, and they're I don't know.
I think we talked about this. I think you might have. I think you actually might have recommended this once, because also Carrie Mitchell watched this and she freaked out.
Really?
There were a couple episodes, right, Chad? Like a couple episodes in where it got like really weird.
Some of them are
really weird, right?
Yeah.
Like a bunch of rats and stuff.
Yeah. I don't remember. I smoke too much weed. I could watch them all over again and be just as surprised at the ending as I was the
There you
first
go.
time.
Yeah.
But Guillermo del Toro, who this is his, he also did The Shape of Water, which Michael Shannon was in. He played one of the bureaucrats in the lab or something where they had this creature at. So
Yeah.
see him everywhere.
I loved him in Boardwalk Empire.
He was fantastic.
Yeah, he had a great arc.
That was his breakout role.
He's at the end of Bullet Train with Brad Pitt right now.
Oh, really? See,
I couldn't get to the end of that one.
I liked all the fighting and action scenes in it. I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
I did see it on a plane, so there's nothing. I mean, what else are they gonna do?
Yeah, it's probably
Watch
the only way
Master
Chaille
Classes.
gets through a movie is on a plane.
On a plane.
All right, you guys. That's it. We did it.
All right.
I love you guys.
I say
Happy
go
New
back
Year.
and watch Planet of the Apes, the original first one. You probably see it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Watch
And
double
spoiler
feature.
alert,
JC brings whatever.
Damn dirty apes.
damn dirty apes are everywhere. But we love you guys. Thanks for being part of it in 2022. We'll be back in 2023. This is it. These guys are all going to the Plaza for New Year's Eve with Doug Stanhope. It sounds fucking fantastic. If you can make it there. It'll be incredible. And we'll be back. And we'll do the same bullshit for another 197 episodes or whatever it is.
We're on 196 today.
Yeah, see?
Next
And,
pandemic will double
That
up.
didn't
again.
count this, by the way, which is actually on demand. If you on Patreon, you can watch the entire 4-hour broadcast we did last week for the 9th annual Issues with Andy Christmas Miracle.
It was beautiful. And honestly, Andy and I were talking like, well, we haven't heard from Chaille on when we can record this episode. Like, if Chaille can't do it, let's just not do it, because we've given so much content. We give and we give and we give and we give. We gave you 6 hours of content last week. If there's anybody who still is requiring more Issues with Andy, I mean, who is this person? Who is this person? Are they a person we're really worried about losing? I don't think they are. I think that's our number one fan.
But here we are. We showed up on a snow day.
We still did it. We still did it.
And if we can ever get away and not have a copyright strike on one of our episodes, then the thanks button will show up. But we keep playing shit that we talk about.
Is that what happens?
Yeah. If anything is, it's got to be monetized. And if it's not, if someone else has a copyright claim, which they do if I play a video.
Right.
So
Remember when Big
that's
Jim
why.
come at us? That was disheartening.
Yeah.
A fucking
Yes.
Big Jim, man. I played with you.
Yeah. You
Fuckers.
know, if Big Jim comes and gets you, you know you're fucked. Like, if you can't beat Big Jim, you can't beat
Yeah.
G.I. Joe.
You think that collection is laid down for good.
Right. They can still take you down. All right. We love you guys. We'll see you right back here next week. Patreon subscribers, we love you. More exciting, dumb, stupid, idiot things we'll do for Patreon. So if you're joining us just here on YouTube and you're not on Patreon, join us there. Patreon.com/issueswithandy, and $5 a month. And we do extra episodes that Chaille just mentioned. The Christmas episode we did on Patreon, 4 hours long, with Annie Letterman and Doug Stanhope and Henry Phillips, Billy Wayne Davis, Sandro Yocolano, Christine
Henry
Levine.
Phillips.
Oh my God.
Doug
Unbelievable.
Stanhope.
Brendan Walsh.
From his sick bed.
He did his famous Kentucky Fried Chicken bit. If you haven't seen Brendan Walsh's Kentucky Fried Chicken bit, you should go to our Patreon and watch it. Like, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Dynamite. I thought he retired that.
I couldn't believe he did it. But it was incredible. And we love you and thank you for being out there. We'll see you next week for 197. Bye.